to an excellent one. An ELA education expert will observe one lesson, and the teaching coach will fine-tune David's practice and improve his presentation. He then gets 3 weeks to take on the advice before the education expert comes back for the final verdict.
I didn't achieve everything of what I wanted to do. And as I got about 20 minutes in, I felt like it was a little too ambitious.
Wagner Middle School is a large, ethnically diverse school in New York City's Upper East Side. David Preto is an 8th grade English language arts teacher in his 7th year of teaching. He's a national board certified educator, and one evening a week, David is back in the classroom as a student, studying to become a school administrator.
It comes back to like you're getting a grade based on these activities.
I feel like I'm decent. I feel like I'm a decent teacher. I feel like there are people in this building and people outside that are like leaps and bounds better than I am.
The English department rates his teaching as good.
Dave is the type of teacher that is extremely reflective, and I think that that's his largest strength. He's consistently looking for ways to improve his craft. He wants his students to be deep thinkers.
I think he's a good teacher because when you don't understand something, right, he would sit there and explain it to you. But then if you still don't understand it, then you could go to after school in the morning to ask him for help.
I feel like I'm proud to be a teacher more often than I'm not proud to be a teacher, definitely. I really work hard to make sure that I have more proud days than not proud days.
It's 7 a.m. on the morning of David's first observation. And like most mornings, he's rushing to catch the subway from Brooklyn to Wagner Middle School in Manhattan. He has a lot on his mind.
I hope everything goes well today. I'm just kind of nervous about my kids because they weren't good yesterday in the afternoon. So I'm a little nervous about how they're going to perform.
With 40 minutes to go to the start of his lesson, David still has to complete his last-minute preparations.
I'm nervous. I'm definitely nervous. And I am wondering about stupid stuff, like if my pants are going all the way to my shoes, you know what I mean?
Renee Chiro O'Leary is an English language arts expert who has overseen the work of hundreds of teachers, and she'll be assessing David's lesson today. So what is Renee looking for in an excellent class?
I will expect that there is a lesson that builds toward a climax, like a good story, a kind of denouement, where everyone in the class reaches a point of comprehension. And that I look for how he leads them there, and then once they're at that place, what he asks them to do with that information.
Today, David has one lesson to impress our assessor. He's teaching Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird, focusing on the use of symbolism. He starts the class with a question.
All right, the question is, who is more qualified to tell your life story? You or somebody who knows you? Explain why you think so. You or somebody who knows you?
I would say me, because someone that knows me might not know my whole life story.
I think that nobody lives my life, and they're not with me every second of my life, so I know myself the most.
After a further 5 minutes of small group discussion, David shows his class the opening moments of the film adaptation of To Kill a Mockingbird. He wants the students to notice the objects shown in the opening credits.
All right, what's the last image that we see before this image? Gina.
The whistle?
We see a whistle. What's something else that we see?
Before the pictures, there was a crayon.
And then, she's drawing with a crayon. And we see a lot of different objects, right? And Tom before mentioned the pennies. So what we want to do is we want to figure out what these things mean. And that's what the purpose of today is, all right? And we're going to be looking at Symbols, symbolism, all right? There are many universal symbols out there in the world that we all know what they mean. Like, what does that mean? Stop. Stop. It means stop everywhere. It means stop in the States, it means stop in Europe, it means stop in Antarctica, it means stop everywhere, right? And we also are very familiar with this image, this symbol. What is this symbol? What does it symbolize, excuse me? Jose. It symbolizes liberty, freedom, right? Anything else? Peace, maybe, right? And let's just get a basic definition. It's an object, a picture, a word, a sound, or another thing that represents something else.
The class looks at several objects from the book and tries to explain their symbolism, eventually achieving greater success when interpreting the meaning behind the soap carvings.
He's trying to start over with the kids, like just clean, fresh start, so he gave them soap.
All right, I like this. This is good. This is getting closer this is getting closer. We're a lot closer. So what's Boo trying to tell the kids? Gerard, what do you say? Nora, what do you say? Can anybody say what he said? James?
Not make mistakes that'll affect your life, I guess.
I like this. This is definitely getting to some bigger meanings, right? Because these are meanings, coming back to the idea of theme, these are meanings that we can take away, like some bigger ideas about life that the author's trying to give us, right?
Today I learned that if there's like an object in a book, to see what the real meaning is, because there might be a meaning behind it that you might not realize.
I think I learned how to look deeper into the books to find things that the author may have put in for a reason, not just that she'd picked out of a hat, or as Mr. Preto said.
What did we do today? We tried to interpret some symbols, right? We were looking at objects, and we were looking at them knowing in our head that they mean something else. And writers do this often. What I want you to start looking for in your independent reading, and in this book as well, is for bigger meanings behind the objects and other kind of random stuff that are put into books. So please push in your chairs and have a nice weekend.
I think I was able to reach every kid with very basic knowledge level concepts. Like I think I was able to reach every kid with the idea of what a symbol is. And I think I was able to reach the idea that you use questions to figure out what a symbol means. But as far as like getting into the bigger ideas of what the book is trying to teach with those particular symbols, I don't think I reached every kid. No, I don't think it was an excellent class. No. If it was an excellent class, I would have got it. You know, if it was an excellent class, then I would have planned for all the things that had happened. You know, that was definitely not an excellent class.